Okay, the Pascal's formula. How does it work and how do we use it? So, as you can see here, this is the formula we use. F sits on top. That is force. That is the amount of force, the amount of weight that's pushing down against the fluid. Say a loader picking up dirt, the amount of weight or force the dirt is pushing down on the bucket to create force onto the fluid. So F is force. Okay? Now, P stands for pressure. The P is always on the bottom. It doesn't matter if the P is on this side or on that side. It doesn't matter if the A is on this side or this side, and I'll show you why in a minute. So P stands for pressure. Pressure is what is made by the force pressing against the fluid. So that is the fluid pressing out against the sides of the cylinder or lines or a pump, whatever it's pushing against. That is the pressure in the system. The A is the area. That's the amount of room we have inside the cylinder or inside the hoses, whatever our pressure's at. That's the area of that, or that the fluid is contained in. So, how are we going to use this formula to figure out our problems that we have? So, say we have the force, we know our force, we know our area, which is in the cylinder. We know these two, but we don't know our pressure yet. So if you take this out, this is the way to work it. We don't know our pressure, so we take it and just blank it out. Now, this line here is a dividing line. It divides the F from the P and A. So if you go up and down on a divided line, look at it as we are dividing force from whatever's below it. So, here, force divided by area equals our pressure. Okay? So if we have 6 pounds of force, so let's put a 6 here, actually, and we have 12 inches of area, this would be 6 divided by 12 to give us our pressure. Okay? So that's how that would work. If we know our pressure and don't know our area, what do we do? We do the same exact thing. Okay? Anything that's below here with the force, it's always divided. Force divided by pressure equals area. So if we got 12 pounds of force, and we divide that by, say, 6 pounds of pressure, that's where we get our numbers. So, just to verify this, we're going to say we have 12 pounds of force. We have 6 pounds of pressure. Let's make this a little bit easier here. So, we have 12 divided by 6. Okay, just to make it simple, we know 6 goes into 12 2 times. So our area equals 2. So that is our area. Same thing with the pressure. It goes the opposite way. We would say 12 divided by 6 inches of area equals 2 pounds of pressure. So that's how that works. Now, what if we don't know our force? What do we do if we don't know our force? So let's get rid of all this stuff here. All right. Now we don't know our force. We know our pressure, we know our area. How do we find force? Now, side to side is a different way of doing this. So we know we divide, if we go up and down, let's divide in line. Go side to side, multiply. So the way to remember that, up and down we divide, or the dividing line, we divide the force by the bottom. Side to side, we multiply. Okay, up and down we divide, side to side we multiply. So, how much force do we have here? So if we know we got, say, 12 pounds of pressure, and we have 12 inches of area. You see here, pressure times area equals force. So, we go 12 times 12 equals our force of 144. That's how that would work. So, as you see, the formula is really easy to use. Actually, I'm going to leave that X on there for y'all so y'all can keep that up there. Make sure you're writing this down. This is one thing it's important to remember because it's something you'll use the rest of your life. Okay? Especially anybody that does heavy equipment or agriculture, because you're going to be figuring cylinders. Because you can't just look at it and say, hey, here's my serial number, give me a cylinder. Because most of the time you're getting them from aftermarket vendors or something like that to save some money. And you'll have to know what areas, pressures that you're going to be having. You know, what forces you're going to be having to figure out how thick that wall of the cylinder has to be. And then there's another one later that I'm going to show you how to figure the length of the cylinder in there too. And we're going to do that here in a minute. But right now, write this formula down the way I got it right here. You're going to need that. You're going to need that a lot coming up with some of the future tests and quizzes. And just in life, you're going to need this whenever if you can do this, there's a lot of people in the field that don't know how to do this. If you know how to do this, you'll be fine. So, force divided by pressure area. Pressure times area. Area times pressure. It's that simple. It is that easy. Now, the next video we'll show you how to figure up stroke and length, bore size. We need to know that to figure out how big the cylinder needs to be. This is what the cylinder can handle. We're going to see what the cylinder needs. So go to the next video and we'll learn that.